It's not every day I turn to you for help for credit cards. In a lot of ways, I consider myself a bit of an expert, but my wife recently got the Capital One Venture X card and we completed the spending, got the bonus. My most recent cards were attached to my ebook on how to get the Southwest Companion Pass. I'll leave a link down below in the description for that. But we have some travel coming up. We have some big spending. So I wanted to give you my top 3 cards, the ones I'm looking at right now, and have you leave a comment down below on which ones you think I should actually apply for. All right, folks, I hope this is successful. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this. So you heard right. A guy like me, I went into the old sock drawer. I started grabbing all the cards that we really haven't been using in a while. And I was just searching for something. This is only some of them that don't have the numbers on the front. Searching for something that we could put a lot of spend on. And in reality, I just came to the conclusion that if we're going to be traveling over the summer or doing some home repairs, might as well get a new card and take advantage of some of the points. So if you like videos like this, please drop a like. And I just opened access to our private Discord group, Millionaire Movement. Feel free to check that out. So here's the cards that are, in order of ones I'm thinking about. The first one's going to be the Chase Sapphire Preferred. As you can see on the screen, right now it's kind of a last call for this sign-on bonus. It is 80,000 bonus points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. You might say to yourself, Rich, don't you already have one of these? Well, believe it or not, I do in fact still have the reserve. I got mine about 3 years ago, but my wife got the Chase Sapphire Preferred just over 4 years ago. And somewhere in there, she downgraded to the, I think it was a Chase Freedom card. So she is eligible, because it's been 48 months, to sign up for this card. And I've seen the sign-on bonus as high as 100,000. Usually it's right around 50 or 60. But if we're looking to get this in the next few weeks, we could easily get 80,000 Chase UR points, which I value like crazy. We could transfer them to Hyatt, Marriott, Southwest, a number of other hotel or airlines that we use all the time. And so I'm kind of viewing this sign-on bonus as well over $1,000 in value. Now, when you take into consideration the annual fee of only $95, this is kind of a no-brainer that I'm really leaning towards, but again, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments. And real quick, another thing about the Chase Sapphire Preferred is that a lot of the spending categories are going to already overlap with my Sapphire Reserve cards, so we pretty much would be getting this knowing that we get the 80,000 sign-on bonus points for spending that, a small amount of money if you think about it for a family of 4 over the course of a few months. Now, the next card that I'm considering is one that I already mentioned. It is the Capital One Venture X card. And I've made videos on, is this the best card? And I even did an unboxing when my wife got it. So the natural question you should be asking, and I'm asking of myself, is why would I get the card? Again, if my wife has it, all the spending categories, everything would be doubled. And one of the best parts about the Venture X card is that you can add authorized users and they get a lot of the same benefits. So for example, one of the main reasons we got this card for my wife, in addition to the crazy sign-on bonus at the time, I think it was like 100,000 points, is that she would get Priority Pass access, and I already have it as well. So if we were traveling with family or we had friends, we could bring everybody into the airport lounges. So if she can just add me as an authorized user, it'd be like, well, Rich, why are you getting this card? Well, right now, and I'll flash it on the screen, there is a 75,000 bonus miles when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. And so again, you can kind of see like where my head's at here. It's like, well, maybe I get this card and we already have like the 100,000 points that she has all banked, plus the spending we did. Maybe we get another 75,000 points plus the spending we'll have to do there. And we could probably transfer these and get creative, maybe plan a trip to Florida in a couple of like months, years, maybe even if we have to kind of look ahead to like next year, and maybe even take the kids to a place like Disney. There's little tricks, travel hacks, if you will, to stay at a property that's right either in Disney World or right by Disney World, and essentially go there for free. Oh, and before I get, the Venture X card has a $395 annual fee. That's a lot more than the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which was $95. And the other cards I'm going to mention are going to be less too. So because my wife already has it, and yeah, it's a ton of value, and I'm sure I could get value and out of that, that may be a sticking point or even a breaking point for going after this card, especially when you hear the other ones. Now, this third card that I'm considering might be a curveball for some of you. I don't talk about US Bank very often because here in my hometown, even in my home state, there's not very many US Bank locations. In fact, I don't know of any in this general area. And from what I've heard, and you probably know this already, if you want to get approved for one of their higher end credit cards, it sure does help to already have a previous relationship with them, like be a banking customer, checking account, savings accounts. But the card I'm looking at is the US Bank Altitude Connect card. This card is offering a sign-up bonus of 50,000 points when you spend $2,000 in the first 120 days. So they say right there on the website that this is probably good for at least $500 in value. I would probably be able to get much more out of it. It's a very low spending limit, but I gotta be honest with you, I'm concerned because I don't have a previously existing relationship with US Bank. Maybe you do, or maybe you could share a story with me, so leave me a comment down below. But at some point, like in the future, I will probably just open up that checking account, maybe do like a small direct deposit in there when I wanna go after one of these cards. But in terms of the other perks, like some streaming credits, pre-TSA, again, they're going to overlap with some other cards. I will say that the annual fees actually waived the first year for this card, and then it is $95 a year after that. All right, a few key takeaways for me, but also a couple of honorable mentions before we do. I still do not have the American Express Platinum card. We do not have a Centurion Lounge here. It's not at any hubs I usually connect to. And until I know I'm going to like Denver or Las Vegas or flying to LA, and I know I can actually take advantage of all the different perks, I'm not looking to get this card because it's a once in a lifetime, like welcome bonus, welcome offer. And again, the fee is so high right now. At the time of this recording, it is $695 a year. I know I'm going to get this card in the future. I'm going to be excited when I get it, but that's why it didn't make my top 3. And the other honorable mention was the Chase Business Unlimited. With my 3 LLCs, one for YouTube, one for real estate, and one for investing, I am looking to grow my business credit, make sure I keep all those accounts separate, credit cards separate. Now, I already have the Chase Business Preferred card that has an annual fee, so this one has no annual fee, and it was on my radar. I would consider getting it, but I actually know that my next business credit card is probably going to be one that is more geared towards my real estate. And I'm not really that excited about all of the spending categories or the ways I would earn points. For example, with this Business Unlimited card, you just get 1.5% back on all your spending. So we already have a Freedom Unlimited card. We kind of already get that if we want to put everything else on there. And remember, when I use my business card, I'm going to use it for business expenses only. So I might look for a different card when and if I am ready to get that next business card. But let me know what you think. Should I go with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, low annual fee, high sign-up bonus? Maybe we get 2 Venture X cards from Capital One in this household. Higher annual fee, but a ton of bonus points and, lots and lots of perks mixed in there. Or maybe I try my hand at the US Bank Altitude Connect card. Again, I'm not too familiar with that bank, having it not really be in our neck of the woods, but if you tell me that that's the relationship I need to start to develop, then hey, maybe I'll look into it. Oh, and don't forget, I'm going to leave links down below in the description where you can learn more about any of those cards. When you click on that link, again, it helps me, so check it out. I know I said it already, but leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're new to the channel, I make credit card videos like this all the time. can. So please don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time.